Okay, so we're now going to do some face milling. As you can see, this block has got 3 square sides and 1 very non-square side. So we're going to try and make that square. So the first thing we're going to do is select our tool. Now I've got a 16mm slot drill here, so I'll remove the drill chuck and replace it with the slot drill. Always a good idea to wipe it before you stick it in. There we go, that's now ready to go. We'll then take our block, making sure the vise is free of debris. Take our block and insert it into the vise. Like so. I can be quite confident here that that will sit parallel on the base. Just to be extra sure, we're going to use our dead blow mallet to knock it down and make sure. At that point, I'll just nip it up fully and we're ready to start machining. So the first thing is to do some rough cuts to get to the flat. So here we go. That's the tip of the tool, that's the highest point. So we're going to start there. We're going to use that corner as our starting point. So machine on and let's wind towards the part. Or rather wind the part towards the tool, because it is the component on the table in the vise that moves and the tool does not. It only rotates. Okay, it's underneath now, so we're going to bring it down to touch and start cutting. So this just helps us explore how deep we're going to have to be cutting, what the total amount of material we're going to be taking off. I guess you could reference where the lowest point is as well and work to that as your finishing size. Okay, next cut, we'll go a bit deeper. It's a very boring process, so I'm going to just speed it up a little bit. Speed the camera up a little bit. There we go. So yeah, to reiterate, this is not the feeding speed. This is sped up film. Should be obvious. Okay, I think another one. So I'm going about 1.5mm per cut here, maybe 2. And we can see now that we're cutting the whole face. So once we work our way around, we're working our way from the outside in a clockwise direction to maintain our climb milling. And once we're happy with that, we're going to do our finishing cut. So this is finishing cut. As you can see, the cut itself is a lot shallower. It's anything up to 0.2mm is the cut depth. The tool step over is about half the thickness of the tool. So this gives us the most efficient cut. We're removing the most material possible, but at the same time we're doing it as quickly as we can. And again, maintaining the climb milling here by only using the leading half of the tool. So you'll see that half tool thickness step over there. Okay, again, this is slightly sped up. These are on the feed. Previously, it was hand fed. This is the automatic feed, which is doing this. And again, it's for smoothness of the final product. A motor can always spin more what would you say, more steadily than a human could control it, regardless of how good the human is. So now that we're getting towards the end, there we go. It looks like the tool's going faster, but it's a film capture rate thing. This is the final cut, and I'm just going to work my way right off the end, and that's the sort of feed rate you see there. That's a realistic speed I'll be going at. So that's the cutting done very nearly, and I'm just going to allow the tool to go right off the end of the job. Reason for that is if I stop the feed with the tool touching the job, I'm going to be left with a dwell mark, which is obviously where the tool has been spinning, cutting, but not actually removing material. So yeah, to make it look pretty, just wind my way right off the job. And once that's done, I can switch the machine off, disengage the feed, switch the machine off, remove the guard, and have a look at my job. As always, your best judge of how smooth a finish is your own sense of feel. I mean, there are machines, but feel is better. Okay, and that's face milling.